And so, we've finished our talk on how to stay clean and safe while working. Remember, personal hygiene doesn't only protect ourselves, but it also protects our coworkers and families. It also affects the quality of our work. Please, guys, following hygienic practices are key to preventing illnesses and ensuring safe food for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you. I really learned a lot.
That's great to hear, Pedro.
Marina, are you ready for tonight's celebration?
What do you think, Pedro? Of course. We're going to have a great time. I'm going to get ready, and I'll see you over there. Does anyone else sense that foul smell? Or is it just me?
Yes. I think it comes from Rolando. He's sweating a lot. I'm going to talk to him.
I would be so embarrassed to say something like that to someone. What if he has a disease?
No, not really. Not at all. He's in very good health. This is the first time he smells like this. You know what? He's my friend. I'm going to tell him something. Hi, Rolando.
Hey, Pedro. What's up, man? Good to see you.
You know, today we're giving a talk about hygiene on the farm. And we just got here, and I wanted to tell you something. You know how we talk about everything, right? I just want to let you know that you're very smelly today.
Huh? What? No way. Oh, I hadn't even noticed. I came straight to the party because I didn't want to be late. I didn't really have time to get a shower or even change my clothes. Jeez. Oh man, thanks for telling me, Pedro. You're a real friend.
Hey, no worries, bro. It's important to keep clean, not only for the smell, but also for our health and that of others. You know what? Since the party's here at my house, just go ahead and take a shower, and I'll lend you some fresh clothes.
Oh man, thank you for telling me this. I'm gonna get out of here and get a shower right now. I'll be right back. Hey, Pedro. All freshened up. Thank you, my bro.
Ah, what a difference, my friend. Now you can enjoy and we can dance all together.
Hey, Rolando, let's dance.
Sometimes a good talk can work wonders.
Welcome to Cultivating Equality, Stories of Women and Men, an audio learning program funded by Fives. Cultivating Equality was developed to raise awareness and promote understanding of gender equality in the company's operation, including both staff and suppliers. Each chapter will be an opportunity to learn about gender equality and business. As we move along, you will discover the opportunities that arise when we cultivate equality. Prepare to learn and grow together in our audio learning program. Welcome to today's episode. Personal hygiene isn't just about looking good. It directly impacts our relationship and confidence. Let's face it, we rarely talk about body odors, whether it be bad breath, armpit sweat, or smelly feet. But these can affect our health, comfort, and how others perceive us both at work and at home. Today, we're breaking the silence. We'll dive into why hygiene matters, how it connects to professional life, and share simple but effective tips to stay fresh and confident. To guide us, we have Dr. Gino Orellana, Primary Healthcare Coordinator at the Southern Regional Hospital in Dangriga, Belize. So let's get started. Welcome, Doctor.
Thank you very much for having me, Carolina.
This is a topic with many nuances. So let's start by clarifying, what do we mean by personal hygiene?
Sure. Personal hygiene is the way each individual grooms and takes care of his or her body and appearance. This improves our self-esteem, helps us prevent diseases, and socially, it makes it easier for us to have better relationships with our peers and family members. For example, in the fictional story of this chapter, it shows us how bad armpit odor can generate discomfort for the people around us. Bad odors can occur not only in the armpits but also in the feet, groin, or head, as these are areas where adults sweat the most.
And why do these odors occur?
Sweat in and of itself does not have a bad odor. The explosive combination happens when you put together sweat, bacteria or fungi, and poor personal hygiene. Bacteria and fungi love damp, dark places. It is also very important to change clothes every day, especially underwear, shirts, and socks. Avoid lending or using clothes, towels, or personal protection items such as helmets, boots, gloves, and face shields.
Well, so what can we do to avoid having stinking armpits? Because sweating is natural, it's normal, but it is not desirable to give off a strong, stinky odor.
All of this is easily preventable if we drink enough water and wash daily with soap and water all parts of the body, especially the armpits, to eliminate the growth of bacteria, fungi, and bad odor. If you live in a hot climate, work outdoors, are physically active, or sweat a lot, bathe before going to work and before going to bed and after resting for the day's work. After showering, dry your armpits thoroughly and use commercial or natural deodorants such as milk of magnesia or alum stone. And when washing clothes, especially, scrub the areas where sweat accumulates. Remember that there are fabrics that once impregnated with bad odor, it is difficult to remove them. In these cases, it is better to change them, preferably with clothing made from natural fibers such as cotton or linen.
After implementing these simple practices, there's still a strong underarm odor. What can we do?
Well, two things. The first is to moderate your intake of certain foods such as chili, alcohol, chocolate, coffee, garlic, onion, coriander, cumin, and fried foods. And second, use an antibacterial and antiseptic soap. To enhance its action, leave it on for 3 to 5 minutes and then wash and rinse thoroughly. In men, it is important to rule out insulin resistance, and in women, it is important to rule out polycystic ovaries or increased male hormones.
Thank you, doctor. Now let's turn to our feet. What do you recommend for stinky feet?
Carolina, bathing with soap and water is essential to eliminate odor and prevent the growth of fungus and bacteria on the feet. This is especially important in fives production because most of the workers work outdoors where it is hot and they sweat a lot. Or if they're inside, they're doing a lot of physical activity. After showering, dry your feet very well, especially between the toes, and then you can use foot powder or spray as it helps absorb moisture. In addition to this daily cleaning routine, take the following precautions. Wear socks only once, then wash them. If they get wet or very damp, change them. Also, make sure your shoes or boots are not too tight as they will sweat more than usual. In your free time and at night, ventilate your feet. Wash shoes and insoles that allow it. Just make sure that they are completely dry before wearing them again. And always use flip-flops or slippers as we call it in public showers, bathrooms, rugs, and pools to avoid the spread of fungi and bacteria. These simple practices can prevent you from getting ringworm or athlete's foot.
What is athlete's foot?
Athlete's foot is an infection that usually starts in the toes and can produce burning, swelling, itchiness, rash or blisters, cracked or scaly skin. If any of our listeners notice these symptoms, consult your doctor. Avoid lending your socks or shoes and walking barefoot in public spaces, as the fungus that causes athlete's foot is very contagious and can be transferred through the hands or towel to the groin. Avoid scratching your feet and touching other parts of your body, and use a different towel for your feet.
What symptoms would the fungus in the groin have?
This is also known as jock itch. Jock itch presents as a rash that can take different forms. It may start in the groin crease and extend to the upper thigh and buttocks, or the center of the eruption tends to lighten as it spreads, forming a total or partial ring. Or small blisters may also appear around it. Like an athlete's foot, jock itch tends to produce itchy, scaly skin. It is very important to consult your doctor if the rash is painful or if you have a fever.
In addition to the ringworm that occurs in the groin, both men and women can have a strong odor. By this, I do not mean that penises and vaginas should smell like flowers, because they're not roses. Each has its own distinctive odor. What I'm referring to is a deeply unpleasant odor.
There are different reasons for this to occur. Firstly, they can be produced by a lack of daily cleaning for several days. And here, the solution is easy. For men, just wash your penis with soap and water. And for women, only wash with water. If you sweat a lot, take a bath twice a day, when you wake up and before going to bed. Second, urinary tract infections can cause bad odor in the genitals, as well as pain and burning sensation when urinating. Frequent but small amounts of urine and cloudy urine. While this condition is more common in women, men are not spared either. So if you feel itching or stinging, redness or pain, please consult a doctor and apply the suggested treatment. Third, unpleasant odors can also be produced by toxins which come from excessive consumption of meats and dairy products. Now, if you have good hygiene and you are sure that you do not have a urinary tract infection, then check your diet and rule out the possibility that you have a sexually transmitted infection.
Sexually transmitted infections generally produce bad odors and often cause a lot of itching. These can be caused by bacteria, such as in the case of gonorrhea or chlamydia, or parasites such as trichomoniasis. In these cases, what should be done, doctor?
Please do not ignore the odor, the situation, and the possibility that your partners have also noticed the bad odor or the constant scratching. Consult your doctor immediately. Learn about the disease and avoid scratching and touching other parts of your body, as you may spread the infection and infect your partner as well. It is very important that you identify how the infection occurred and discuss this issue with your partner.
It is also important to follow the suggested treatment and to apply the practices for a healthy sexual life, which we will discuss in more depth in the next chapters. Now, doctor, let's focus on the mouth, which allows us to taste, to chew and swallow delicious and nutritious food, and also allows us to express how we feel, for example, through a smile. And I want to clarify that this is not about having permanently minty fresh breath, as this is basically impossible. It is about having a healthy mouth, one that does not have dragon's breath.
Oral health includes caring for teeth, gums, and tongue. We want neutral breath and to prevent the appearance of plaque and tartar. When this sticky, colorless layer of bacteria builds up, it can cause cavities and gum disease, such as gingivitis and periodontitis.
And what should we do so we don't have bad breath? Because bad mouth odor is terrifying.
Two very simple things in our daily routine: flossing and brushing our teeth with toothpaste, and we complement this with follow-up visit to the dentist once a year. Clean with a soft bristle toothbrush. Do not try to draw blood or make hard, making circular up and down movements on all sides of the teeth, and the tongue from the inside out. Each time you brush your teeth should last approximately 2 minutes and should be done at least 2 times a day. The first brushing should be done upon awakening. This controls morning breath. And at night, before going to sleep, clean between the teeth with dental floss and then brush before going to sleep. And if you can, brush after every meal. This would be ideal. It is also important to drink enough water, to stay hydrated, to have a quality saliva that helps us digest food better. This is key, especially for people who work outdoors and perform physical activities frequently. And of course, quitting smoking helps prevent bad breath and tooth discoloration and loss, as well as damage to gums, tongue, and palate, and decreases the likelihood of developing cancer. Beyond having white teeth, a healthy mouth also makes it easier to control diabetes and associated problems such as heart and kidney disease.
Thank you very much for discussing these issues, Dr. Orellana, because sometimes they're not really talked about openly, or most often they're avoided. And if we think about it, personal hygiene has a very important role, not only for our health and our well being, but also emotionally, because it allows us to have good relationships at work and in our personal life. From our conversation, it's really simple. Personal hygiene is basically a day to day matter of washing the body with soap and water and taking basic precautions. It's not about long showers, but effective cleaning. And to close this chapter, Dr. Orellana, I would like to ask you to please explain the relationship between optimal personal hygiene and the workplace.
Sure, Carolina. I understand that at FIVES you have the FIVES Global Health and Safety Policy, in which the company is committed to providing healthy and safe working conditions, and understands that health and safety is a responsibility of every individual who is a part of the operation. In this sense, good personal hygiene is an act of self-love that generates well-being for yourself, your family, and coworkers. Some of its benefits are that it improves the well-being of employees in the workplace. It results in less sick days for preventable illnesses. It facilitates cooperation in the workplace. It increases the performance and productivity of the work team, and it allows us to comply with biosafety standards.
Before we wrap up, here are 4 key takeaways. First, embrace body odors. They're natural, but they don't have to be unpleasant for us or for those around us. Second, break the taboo. Let's talk openly about hygiene with kindness and respect. If a friend, colleague, or even a family member needs a nudge, approach the conversation with care. Third, put all of these good practices into action. A clean, fresh body boosts confidence, health, and overall appearance. Take care of your mouth, of your teeth, feet, and armpits. Your future self will thank you. Fourth, teach good hygiene early. Daily showers, hand washing, clean faces, and regular brushing really sets kids up for a lifetime of health and self-awareness. And as usual, I say goodbye with this quote from the pioneer of modern nursing, Florence Nightingale. Hygiene is the basis of health. So, let's treat our bodies with the care they deserve. After all, it's the only place we have to live. Thank you to each and every one of you who is listening. Infinite thanks for your time. Infinite thanks for your attention. And see you in the next chapter, where we will continue to cultivate gender equality.